All right, well, welcome. I told you that I was going to give you a special lesson for those of you that signed up for our growth experience. So today, this lesson is just specifically for you. It's my exclusive content that I'm just delivering to you. So I'm excited about delivering this lesson to you. So here I am. I'm in my own home office. So I just wanted to be able to pass this message on to you. So this is one of those messages that I truly believe that if you will listen to, take some notes on, you're going to get an aha moment at some point. I'm going to deliver a few illustrations that I believe are the key and the catalyst for you going to the next level in your life. So as you know, the DGC experience is something that we're actually going throughout the entire year. In 2019, it will be winning weekends in which the DGCP experience is delivered. So just so you can understand the genesis of the idea, the DGCP experience is that everybody has a dream. They have goals, they have ambitions, they have things that they want to change in their life. That's the dream phase. So we went through that through the first quarter of the year. As you know, that seasonally, we all go through times in which we want to see our life better. It just happens to be that the new year can kind of is that time, it's that catalyst where we really go about life with the earnest expectation that this year is going to be better and it's going to be different than last year. Well, as you know, as we become adults, we don't get to start over. We really have a continuation. So we go from 2018 into 2019 or from 2017 into 2018. And we always start off with these New Year's resolutions. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to find a different job. I'm going to get a promotion on my job. Whatever it is, we always have those things. I want to get closer to the Lord. I want to have better friends. I want my family to be better. I want my kids to be developed. Whatever they are, we formulate those things into our dream, and then we specifically make them into our goal. So that's the dream experience. We know that. The growth experience is simply this. I believe it's with all my heart. Is that if your dream is worthy to do, that you can't do it by yourself, you're going to have to grow into it, not shrink into it. So I'm an advocate of growth, and there's steps to growth. There's things that you can do on purpose, for purpose, in order for you to go to the next level. That's the growth experience. Now, as you start to grow, things change. Everything that's growing is changing. It's evolving. It's moving. It's going through the metamorphosis, right? And so you're moving from a seed in order to go to the plant. The plant moves into the place that it becomes a tree, and then the tree becomes established over time that it can handle anything of life. We go through the change experience. You too's getting ready to go through it. Maybe it's a paradigm shift. Maybe it's priorities. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's friends. Maybe it's how you deal with your money. You've never made money like this before, and so you don't know how to deal with it. So you're getting coaches on specific areas. Maybe it's even in the aspect of you coming to experiences like this. You didn't do this in the past. You thought you could do it all by yourself. Oh, I know what it is. You YouTube everything. I get it. Can I tell you there's only 3% of people that really can go on YouTube and get the information they need and actually apply it to their life? You can't do it all by yourself. It's good to have accountability. So the dream, the growth, the change ultimately leads us into the push experience. The push experience is real simple, guys. It's where you know you're on the right road. You don't need to do anything different. You just need to keep pushing the gas. And sometimes it's right when you're there at the breakthrough. You're on the brink of the blessing. You're on the corner of your change. And then ultimately we get discouraged. We let some outside force, maybe an internal force, stop us, and we move all the way back to default. Why? You're that close. Don't quit on me. All right. So the DGCP experience is actually taking you from the goal until the place to the reality. Now today I want to give you something that I want to entitle Preneur. Preneur. It's a buzzword that's out right now. We hear it from entrepreneur. You hear womanpreneur, salespreneur. You hear sisterpreneur. I mean, you hear everybody's just attaching anything to preneur. So the noun's the front part. As we learned back in English class, that back end word, we put it together, the suffix, and it then ultimately takes that word to another level. So as you think about the word preneur, I want you to think about the risk taker. It is the person that realizes that there's more out of life and more from life that I can get, and I'm willing to risk a little bit on the front side in order for greater rewards to come into my life on the back side. All right, so let's go back through it. Preneur. It's the person that's willing to risk on the front side in order for them to receive a greater return and reward on the back side. That's who I really want to talk to. I'm just being honest with you. I love it when I'm around people that want more. Because I believe that you're just going through life to be better than wherever you started from, right? Your experiences, your education, your environment, and the things that you've been exposed to shape the mentality of our mind. So some people didn't have maybe a good beginning and they feel as if they don't deserve to have success on a grandiose level. Can I tell you, do not let where you start from, where your starting place is, dictate your ending place. It just shows you where you start from. So you need to look back over your life and just start thinking. Be thankful from where you start from. Be thankful that you've accomplished certain things. You've overcome. Somebody I'm talking to is the first person in your family to get a college degree. That is something that should put a smile on your face. Somebody's the first person that started their own business or in an industry that nobody else is in. Can I tell you, regardless of who I'm talking to right now, you have inside of you the ability, I like to say the power to get more. All the word power really means is it's the ability to do. So I'm talking to people that have some special gift that you have the ability to do more than you're doing right now. Now, somebody's saying, well, listen, you don't understand how much I'm doing. I'm going to tell you right now, I salute you, clap for you, but there's still more for you. Somebody's saying you just don't understand all that I've been going through. And I'm telling you right now, you can either find a way or you'll find an excuse, but you can't do both. You'll find a way or you'll find an excuse, but you can't do both. So what's the preneur? We're going to talk about YLE. We're going to talk about yearn, learn, and earn. We're going to talk about yearn, learn, and earn. So I brought some little things here to be as an illustration background here. And I'm going to illustrate this here. I brought me a nice thing of water. Okay, so here's a thing of water. So for those of you watching over there, I know we'll zoom in a little bit on this, but here's just water, just old water right there. Then we got, my friend, we got some ice cubes. Yep, just good right old ice cubes. And then I brought two people with me. One's you and one's your potential you. Okay? So one is you, whichever one, because right now they're empty. One's you and one's the potential you. And I'm going to talk to you real quick about yearn, learn, and earn. Are you ready? Now I got to give a commercial real quick before I get into it. All right, the leadership game. Y'all been hearing me talk about this game. I'm going to just tell you right now. I got to give you a commercial. You want to be a part of one of the times in which I lead people through the leadership game. Now, people have asked me, how do I get that game? You can't go to Walmart, Target, or Amazon and get this game. You can't go to eBay and get the game. You need somebody that's a John Maxwell team member in order for them to facilitate it. Now, this game cost over $750 to have this game. You say, man, you're kind of dumb to pay $750 for a Monopoly style game, right? So, but listen, I'm not, because I'm telling you, it's a breakthrough time for leaders. If you're a business owner, you're a leader, you got a team of people, church leader, business owner, somebody that has a team of people, you're going to want to play this game with your team. So make sure that you see, there's my email right there. See it? See it? There's my email, DerekB@AssistYouToWin.com. Connect with me. Ask me some more questions about it, but I'm telling you right now, this right here will change. It'll change your whole life. You'll change your team. It'll cause you to be greater in your life. All right, back to it. Here we go. So now we're back to yearn, learn, and earn. So let me tell you, when I said Preneur, I told you that you're going to go get more. So let's talk about how most of us start off life. First of all, we all start off life just like this, empty. Nothing inside of us. We're empty. There's nothing in. So as a child, as we start off empty, the reason why if you speak English, you only speak English is because your parents put something on the inside. All right. So this jar right here of water, this pitcher of water, is symbolic of everything that you already know. All right? So it's symbolic of everything you already know. So it's your schooling, you already know that. It's where you live, you already know that. Your family, you already know that. Your education, you already know all those things. That's what it's symbolic of. All right? Potential you. The potential you, what's symbolic in here is the things that you do not know, which when you mix it with what you do know, can add either value and take you higher, or ultimately, based on the information you gather, it could cause you to stay the same, or it ultimately could cause you to go down based on new information that you put in. All right, potential you. But my friend, I brought you something here. This, my friend, is symbolic today. I got an ice cube. The ice cube is symbolic of principles. These are principles that when I mix it with who I am today is going to create change. Okay? So let's just think of it from the natural sense real quick. From the natural sense. This tap water is just tap water, room temperature. When I mix this with the ice, if I let it stay on the inside long enough, we all know what's going to happen. The ice cube is going to dissolve and it's going to mix in with what was already there, but it's going to change what was already there. Water's still there, but it's going to change the temperature of the water. Listen, stay with me. The new information that comes into my life, it's not going to do anything until I let it mix in with what's already there. And when it mixes in with what's already there, it doesn't change where I live. It doesn't change my name. It doesn't change any of the facts of my life, but it does impact my life. So right now, as I'm talking, the ice cube's almost dissolved. And if you were here, because I don't have to, the outside of the glass is now cool, moving towards cold, because it mixed in to what was existing, to with new information, and it's mixed in. And now this water's cold. Oh, all right. I got a lot of it, don't I? Ha ha! Because I'm telling you, if you keep hanging out around here through our winner's circle, you keep hanging out through our experiences, you keep hanging out through our Facebook Lives, you keep hanging out through the times in which I'm teaching at different places that are in the city close to you, what happens is you keep getting principles. What's a principle? A principle is a transferable truth that does not respect the person, it respects the process. It's a transferable truth that doesn't respect the person, it respects the process. It's a transferable truth that doesn't respect the place, it respects the process. So what I'm telling you is that for those of you that are listening to me in Wales, those of you listening to me in South Carolina, those of you listening to me in Austin, or if you're listening to me right here in DFW, transferable truths that do not respect the person or the place. Don't get confused with the noun. Don't get numb to the noun. Keep on the verb. It will impact your life. So let's talk about the three that I just talked to you about today. Yearn. I love it. See, if you're going to ever get to the third thing, Y-L-E, earn. Earn is anything you want. See, a preneur is all about wanting more out of life. Preneur. Remember, risk, to ultimately get a greater reward. I want more out of life. The reason why you invest your time by reading books is because you're trying to get more information in. But the problem that we've had in our generation is we have the click of a button, we get information. But the problem is we don't know how to have application. Why? Because we don't have accountability, which allows us to have sustainability. Now, I'm talking good today, and I'm telling you some things that you need to hear. If you're going to earn your more, it's going to first start off with what do you yearn for? What do you yearn for? What do you yearn for? So the yearn factor is what is it that makes you get up in the morning and say, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because this is what I'm yearning for. See, you have to have a yearn factor to your life, because that yearn's what pulls you out of the bed. You know, Adam, some of you have been around him, and when he tells his story, you know, he's such a disciplined person. So one of the things that I noticed about him early on of me getting to know him is he always had a notebook with him. He had a journal. He had something. And I used to look at him, and every so often he would open it up and he would start writing in his journal. And so I would just watch and I monitored that. And then, you know what? The next time we were together, a little bit of information would happen. He'd pull out that journal, he'd pick it over, he'd write it in his journal. What he was doing was he was tracking all that he was doing. He was tracking where he's been. Hey, let me just go to a commercial real quick. Hey, Winner Circle, listen to me. I know some of you signed up tonight while you were here at the experience, or you signed up yesterday, because I don't even know when you're watching this. But let me tell you something. If you didn't sign up for a Winner Circle, shame on you, or maybe you just didn't have your credit card. No problem. Listen, simple, 3-step process. There's a link that's going to be on the website. All you do is click the link, you complete the registration form, and then you check out using your card. Now, I got to tell you something. Now, everybody that's around me keeps telling me, Derek, why are you only charging $4.99 a month? Well, it's an introductory rate, and I want you to know that. It's not because we say that's what the value is. It's because we want you to get on board right now, and we don't want there to be any excuse. Can I tell you something? It's less than 17 cents a day. It's just a Happy Meal. It's just a Starbucks coffee, and I tell you what it really is. It is an investment into your future. Can I tell you, some of you are going to become so much and so great. And when you look back over it, the $49.99 for the year, if you pay for the whole year, or the $4.99 a month, it wasn't the amount. It was the intentional effort that you made. I want to be your coach. I want to provide you quality leadership, exclusive content. So guess what? Come join me and just come on the journey. Hey, let's get back into our lesson, right? Let's get back into our lesson. Here we go. Here Adam was, high school. Weighing what he didn't want to weigh. But guess what he had? He had a yearn on the inside of him. His yearn was, I want to be healthy so that I don't have to experience life like this. I don't know if he was talked about. I don't know if he just didn't like himself. But whatever it was enough motivation for him to journal his behavior in order for him to see a change to come. Oh, he lived out the YLE perfect. Yearn, he learned what he needed to do. He learned the foods he needed to eat. He learned the workouts he needed to have. And he decided, I'll be disciplined because I know that I'll earn this over here. Now, how does most of us want it? We just want to wake up on New Year's Eve and say, I want to lose weight this year. And we want to come back about February when it's time to go on Valentine's Day. And we want to be able to lose weight. Can I tell you something? It's not going to happen that way. Not going to happen that way. Now, most people have the two on the ends pretty good. They yearn for a better life and they want to earn a better life. But the L is where we struggle. What are you going to do about learn? Now, before you just say, I just need to go get new information, some of us need to unlearn things, or we need to learn things, or we may need to relearn things. Let's go back to it. If you remember, I told you, this right here, let's just use our other guy. This right here was filled when we were a kid, okay? Information came into your life, okay? Information. So the reason why I tell you have to either learn things is because some of the stuff you weren't taught through education. Some of you weren't taught through your experiences. Some of the things you weren't taught through your exposure. And some of the things you weren't taught in your environment. So those things you need to learn. But some of the things that you learned, you need to unlearn. Because there's some mindsets, there's some ideologies, there's some paradigms that you possess. And because you possess it, it causes you to function and be where you are today. Now, I'm telling you up front, there's more for you as a preneur. You need to risk in order to come over here and get the return and the reward. So you need to unlearn some things. Then I'm going to tell you there's some things that you're already doing that you just need to keep going, and you may need a refresher course on it, and you need to relearn them in order for you to keep pushing the gas forward. So that's what we're talking about. All right. So I got to bring this all to a conclusion today. I just can't keep you listening to this whole thing. I got so much more to deliver, but I want to bring this to a conclusion because the only reason I wanted to get on here and talk to you about this preneur is because I need you to analyze your world from a preneur standpoint. Are you really risking in order to get your return? Are you really risking in order to get your reward? So here's the 3 questions I wanted to leave you with today. Number 1, what's required of you? You got to go back to that question. What is required of me today? What are the activities that I'm doing today? And how many of those activities are required of me? After I look at what's required of me, I'm then going to judge it and put it up here. Question number 2. What is the return on my requirements? So what is the return factor on the things in which I'm required to do? I love this because if they don't equal out, this is where I have to start changing, rearranging, or exchanging things. I'll say it again. This is when you change, you rearrange, or you exchange things. Why? Because if I'm doing a lot of activity that I say I'm required to do, but it's bringing me no return or it's bringing me no reward, then guess what? It's activity without productivity. Okay, busybodies are not always successful, but it's those that sometimes can live focused, which gives you more power. Oh man, I wish I had my candle and I wish I had my flashlight. I'll tell that story to you later. All right, 3rd question you got to have. What's required? Okay, what gives me reward? Oh, but what gives me the greatest return? What gives me the greatest return? Okay, now that sometimes is not what I like to do, but it's what I need to do. That was like Adam going to the gym. Yep. Eating the right stuff, not eating after a certain time, drinking a lot of water. Hey, it wasn't fun. But when you get the compliments of, man, you look good today, man, in that suit. Oh, you look great right there. Oh, you lost a lot of weight. You want that, you got to do this. So I'm going to give you 3 points and I'm out. All right. Everything worthwhile is uphill. It's uphill. It's up here. It's uphill. It's up the hill. Can I tell you this? You must have uphill thoughts, but you can't have downhill habits. Oh, see, some people, they always yearn for this, but they only prepare for this. I like to tell them all the time, my preparation must match my expectation. Don't come expecting a lot of return and expect a lot of money, but your preparation is way down here. Don't talk to me about that. Don't come crying. Don't come looking for somebody. Don't go to your boss asking your boss for a raise, but you haven't fulfilled all the steps that they told you to fulfill. He's not giving it to you. You don't deserve it. You must do everything in your power to do what you can do and stop expecting somebody to come do things for you. See, in this generation, the sense of entitlement is causing us to blame others for our present when it's really our responsibility. Come on. All right. So as we bring this all the way to a conclusion today, it's this right here. Me and my wife, we went to Punta Cana. Went with a great friend, Nathifa and Eric. They're in Chicago. Hey, if you guys are watching, I'm honored. Matter of fact, I'm sending it to you. You better watch it. Here we go. So we went to Punta Cana with them on a vacation. We're hanging out, beautiful weather. Oh man, great resort. So everybody knows me. I love cruises, and I love going on cruises. My wife finally, she finally convinced me, let's go on a land vacation. So we did. About day 3 there at Punta Cana, somebody, I don't know who was the somebody, had this mysterious, crazy idea about going on a bike ride. So we all said, we'll go on the bike ride. So we decided to go on this bike ride. 4 people going on the bike ride. Now, at that time, if you don't know, I've lost about 24 pounds myself. I had 24 extra pounds on my body. Not working out, not going on a treadmill, not doing anything. I mean, here was my workout. Walk to my desk, walk to my bedroom, walk to my job, walk to my desk, and I walked back home. That was my workout, okay? That's all it consisted of. Now, we get on this bike ride. Here we go. Here we go on the bike ride. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here we are, guys, on this bike ride. And we're starting off. Everybody's having a good time. It's early in the morning. It's not too hot. And we're all going. Everybody's riding the bike. We're just having a good old time. On the bike ride, we're on level ground. Guess what the first turn was? The first turn was downhill. Oh my goodness. So everybody's thinking, oh, this is the time of our life. Great weather. We kind of little chit-chatting while we're on the bike ride. Boom, boom, we're heading downhill. Of course, downhill, I kind of speed up and I sped up a little bit. Nathifa sped up. Anybody that knows us too, we always compete with each other. So here we are riding the bikes. But as you went downhill, you knew it was a setup. It was a setup for what? Uphill. So now we're making the next turn. And here's where the rubber meets the road. We turn and we're headed uphill. Now, no workout. Not in shape. We start going uphill. But in order for us to get back to Punta Cana, to our resort, we had to go up the hill. So we're pedaling and we're pedaling. And now there's a separation. Right? There's a separation. Me and Nathifa are headed up the hill. My wife and Eric are, struggling. I'm telling you, they're struggling. I glance back. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm not going back down the hill because I can't ride the bike forward. So I'm not going back down the hill. So I try to do what I do best. Come on, honey. You can do it. Come on. You can make it. And the only thing I see from her is a face that I know she's not receiving my encouragement. Before you know it, she's pedaling to the place that she decides to stop. She stops halfway up the hill. What is she going to do? She has 2 choices. She can go back down the hill where it's easy, or she can keep coming up the hill where everything worthwhile is. You know what she does? Though she didn't pedal up the hill, can I tell you how proud I was of her? She gets off the bike and she starts walking up the hill. But guess what she had? She had the bike and she just starts walking up the hill. Now she might not be happy. She don't have a smile on her face, but she walks that bike up the hill until she's back on level ground. Can I give you a word of encouragement as I conclude? Listen, if you started on the journey, keep going. If you started out saying you're going to make it, I'm just going to tell you, you can make it. You just got to make sure that what you're yearning for is greater than what obstacles are against you. If you yearn right, you'll learn right, and you'll ultimately earn. Guess what we all did? We all made it to the end. So that's my word to you, Preneur. My word to you, Preneur, is simply this. If you yearn, if you'll learn and you'll earn, can I tell you something? You'll be all that you can be. You'll be the best version of you. So there's your lesson today. I promise to give it to you. I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and just send me an email. Send me an email and just let me know, hey, this is what I got out of the lesson. This is what I'm going to do different. And guess what? I'll see you the next time on one more episode of The Winner's Way. Have a good day, good evening, or good night, or even good morning. Go win today.